A quicker video today, but I saw an opportunity to fit another one of my passions on this channel and I had to take it, as it's recently came to the forefront in the debate of the women's pay gaps, that being basketball, or specifically the WNBA in this instance, with phenom Caitlin Clark as well as fan favorites like Angel Reese getting drafted. There are two groups of people forming about their contracts, either those appalled at how low they are and wondering how that's even possible, or those who are angry that anyone even thinks a woman could deserve more. Because if you look at it in first glance, it's absolutely horrendous. Contracts for NBA players getting drafted are in the tens of millions. For women, it's in the hundreds of thousands, and that's for the top players. And this usually brings up the common arguments of it's not as big of a league, they aren't making as much profit, they're not bringing in the same cash or sales, and so on and so forth, which, to be clear, are valid in their own right, but they kind of miss the mark, and they're foregoing the nuance of what these women are actually asking for, and it rings true in many areas of employment, not just sports. Quick break from the video. I am very excited to announce, for anyone who enjoys the content and would love to help the channel, we have memberships available for as low as $3 a month. I mean, the only way we become a society is together, right? For just $3 a month, you can tremendously aid us in growing and putting out increasingly more engaging content. If you would like to find out more about that, including the exclusive perks that memberships get, including members only posts, getting videos early, I will leave a link to that in the description. Thank you very much for all the support, and back to the video. First, to set the stage, you have to understand the great strides in popularity that women's basketball has been making, especially since Caitlin Clark has burst on the scene. I believe it was either Iowa's first or second round matchup in the women's tournament that had higher viewership than not only the men's final, like the championship, but more viewership than any NBA game during the entire tournament, either tournament. So this is just women's college basketball, and they're on pace or beating the NBA in viewership on any given night. That is huge strides. So it should be expected that these women want more. They want a larger piece of the pie when they're bringing in a larger pie. And where the nuance is lost, and I believe so purposely by people who are just trying to hold women back in any way they can, is mistaking or obfuscating what they're actually asking for. The WNBA does bring in less revenue than the NBA. So no, a woman asking to be paid the same amount of LeBron James, that wouldn't be right necessarily. You can understand why there would be pushback against that, but it's about percentage, not revenue. See, players in both leagues also make a percent of the revenue that they as a league bring in entirety. For NBA players, this is 50% of the revenue. Can you guess what it is for the WNBA? For women, 25%. So half of what men make, and to even qualify to make half of what men make, they have to bring in a certain amount of revenue, while men are guaranteed it no matter what. Does that really seem fair to you at all? Women making half of what men are for in terms of percentage of revenue? Well, what if I told you that I just lied? Women actually only make up to 10% of the revenue, 5 times less than men. Additionally, and not to lose any of my non-sports fans here, the NBA has a soft salary cap, which essentially just means they can break the rules to pay players more if the teams really want them, while the WNBA has a hard one, which allows very few exceptions for women to make more money. You see a lot of women having to go overseas just to supplement their income in the WNBA offseason, where the overseas leagues don't have these sorts of salary caps. Thus, the women are making 3 to 4 times what they're making in America playing basketball. This is the inception of what caused the Brittany Griner issue. She was going to Russia during the WNBA offseason to make more money because women get absolutely pretty much stolen from in terms of the percent of the revenue that they're getting and the revenue that they are creating. It's not fair at all, and that's why women are asking for more. And this is kind of the issue that you can see in all sectors, of where women, for innately no reason, are just being seen as less value than men in whatever the job may be, but especially you can see it in sports. And when you have these women who are breaking records, outdoing men in viewership, they deserve the same percentage of the money that they are creating as the men are. And I just thought that this would be an oddly relevant, as well as one of the something I'm into, way to kind of tie it back to the workforce, where in the same breath, you see that women are being paid less than men for the same work, same hours, and same outcomes, all because of the sex they were assigned at birth and nothing else. And it's sickening, really. We've talked multiple times on the channel about how women's physicians and how they're making less than six figures less than what men are a year on average for the same job, same amount of patients, same experience taken into these studies that they're doing on that. And that spreads through all sectors of work. You can see these disparities even into entertainment and sports. Just another reason of many to be pro-union. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.